Hi everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video which is going to be my POLARTHON 2022 vlog. So, it is not actually POLARTHON yet. It is Sunday evening, but I thought I would kick off this vlog because POLARTHON is starting in about 4 hours now, which is very soon, and vlogging during the week is always a little bit as to whether it will happen, so I thought I'd at least kick off the vlog now, talk about what books I'm planning to read, and then we'll see how the week goes. So for anyone who doesn't know, POLARTHON is a week-long readathon hosted by Jade at JD Ray Reads. It happens every year in the first full week of February. So this year it's going from the 7th to the 13th, and it's all centered around Jade's love for polar fantasy. However, and this is important, you don't have to read polar fantasy for most of the readathon. And as ever, I'm making it work for me. So, there are two paths you can choose. There is the Explorers and the Arctic Animals. I'm choosing the Arctic Animals, which is headed up by Pris at Pris Sprints, with like team captains of Steph from Steph Loves and Sasha from The Wild Sasha. So I'll link everyone mentioned down in the description. On the other team is Gav heading up the Explorers from How to Train Your Gavin. I can never always tell her name is. But that's the team I'm on. This is 5 prompts you have to fulfill in the week. You are allowed to double up. I'm quadrupling up, which I'm not fully sure is allowed, but I can't guarantee that I can read more than 2 books in a week. Even though I've picked pretty short ones, I don't want to say something and not do it. So I'm gonna stick with the 2, and then I have a plan if I have tons of extra time at the end. So the first prompt I'm doing just that one prompt with one book, and that is Cozy Vibes, and for that I'm gonna read a romance. Slightly torn as to which one. Originally I was going to do Get a Life Chloe Brown, which is a reread for me, and the ultimate cozy romance, and it felt appropriate because it's kind of the white colour scheme which feels kind of polar-ish. However, I do also have book 3 in the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. I have no idea which one book 3 is. The Score? Maybe? I don't know what the title is, but I'll put a picture up here. And I'm kind of tempted to do that one because the guys in these books are from the ice hockey team. I told you I'm stretching this, but you know, that feels more ice related than a white cover. So it'll be one of those, probably the Elle Kennedy, but also I do really want to read this, so we'll see. And then for the other 4 prompts, which are Snowy Cover, Animal Friend, Arctic Setting, and a Polar Fantasy, I will be reading Rob a Girl by S.T. Gibson. You can see it has snow on the cover, it has an animal friend, it's set in Sweden, which feels Arctic enough to me, and I think it has magic in it. It's definitely fantasy, and it's got like a polarish setting, so I'm calling it a polar fantasy. This is really short. This is only just over 200 pages, or just under 200. So this should be like super easy to get through, but this is the other book I'm gonna try and read. I'm really excited for this. It's, I think, like a Snow Queen something-y retelling. It's very folklore-y. It sounds really interesting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to given its length, so I'll give a proper blurb when I've read some of it. But yes, those are the current plans. A romance of some description, and then Rob a Girl. I'm pretty confident I can get through 2 books, one being a romance, because I can easily read a romance in a day, not when I'm working, but other than that, and 200 pages I can definitely read in a day. My next weekend isn't looking too hellishly busy. I've got Saturday night, I'm going out with a friend, but other than that, I've not got anything on. And if I finish those with time to spare, I did consider, and I may still read something like Wranglestone or Alatsoy or Frostheart, because they are very much polar fantasies and in keeping with the week. However, none of those are particularly high up my TBR at the moment, and I have so many books I want to get to at the moment. I'm thinking I may go elsewhere. I may read something completely different, we'll see. But one option I have, which I feel like I'll get away with, is Traitors Blade by Sebastian D. Castell. This is an adult fantasy, and one that I did start last year around this time and then put down because I was not enjoying it. I was struggling with the genre at the time. Who knows, maybe the same will happen this time. But this series is Jade's favourite ever series, and so although this isn't polar fantasy, it feels in keeping with the fact that this is Jade's readathon week. So that's the semi-plan. Lots of white covers, all feeling very aesthetic together in a lovely little gradient there. We'll see how the week goes. That's the intro. That's about as much of a plan as we have. I'll pick up with you at some point. Hello, sorry if I'm looking a bit rough. I'm realising my hair's in an absolute state. I'm just back from the gym. It is Saturday. Pretty sure the only other clip in this vlog so far was Sunday before I went to work, when I was telling you what I was planning to read for POLARTHON this week. So I've not done the best job of vlogging this week. I've had such a busy and relatively stressful week at work, so I didn't want to vlog. I didn't want to do it, and why is my hair so weird? Who cares? I just didn't want to, and so I didn't, quite frankly. But it is now the weekend. I don't have a ton of things on this weekend, so I should be able to read a bit. However, I'm feeling a little bit slumpy with reading. So anyway, I'll update you on what I have read this week, and then we'll talk about my plans for the weekend. So, something I completely forgot to mention on Sunday, because it wasn't in my POLARTHON TBR, was I was halfway through Tender's the Flush, and I needed to finish this first before starting anything else. I did finish this on Monday. It's done, it was good. I don't have too much to say on this. It's a dystopian about a world where a virus has gone around, but it infects all the animals, and it's fatal to human if they then eat them, like the animal meat. And so humans start farming other humans and basically turn to cannibalism as a way of getting protein. Interesting. It wasn't the best. It was good, like it was a 4-star, but it wasn't as good as I hoped. It was a weird mix between slice of life and like plot. So like it kind of didn't hit either, and given its length it kind of needed to pick one. It was good, I enjoyed it. Interesting like study of what a world could be like if they did this. Not POLARTHON, just another book I was reading this week. I then went on to read The Score by Elle Kennedy, book 3 in the Off-Campus series, which fits the prompt of cozy vibes. It's a romance, it's about ice hockey, it's set in like quite a snowy place, I think, in somewhere in America. I don't know if it was good fun. I don't have a huge amount to say. Was it my favourite one so far? Potentially. I think the second one may have just pipped it. But like it was close. I really enjoyed it. I really do love these books. The guys in them are all complete like jockish assholes, but the character growth in these books is amazing. I loved it. It was a good time. I read it throughout the week on my iPad, mainly when I was at the gym or on a train, things like that. But I finished that one on Thursday, and I haven't read anything since. I got home from work yesterday, as I said, been a stressful week, so I'm a bit tired, and I was like, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna get started on my next book. And I kind of didn't feel like reading, and I had tried to read a tiny bit of my next book on the train home, and just fell asleep, so it failed. And I'm slightly nervous because it's Robber Girl, it's a fairy tale retelling, and I don't always get on with fairy tale retellings, but it is S.T. Gibson, who I love, so it is going to be my next book. But I got home and then discovered that season 2 of Love is Blind had come out. So I spent 5 hours watching Love is Blind and then went to bed. I love that show. Is it a trashy dating show? Yes. Is it actually quite interesting? Also, yes. I love it. The first season was phenomenal. I still like follow the couples from season 1. I love it. I'm really hyped for season 2. I'm very invested. I don't know how many episodes it is, but I may try and finish it this weekend so I can just get it done. But I also need to do some reading. So this is the only other official book on my TBR for POLARTHON. I am going to read it. For some reason I really don't want to, but I also really don't want to read anything else. I'm having a really weird thing. I've gone from last week where I wanted to read every book I own to I don't want to read any of them, I think just because I'm tired. But I'm going to read this, and then I'm probably going to read a graphic novel, because on my Dart Attack TBR I need to read a graphic novel, and so I might do that, just as like getting some more reading done this weekend. This is only 200 pages, so I should be able to read most of it today, as I'm not really planning to film this weekend, just not feeling up to it. And the only other thing I have on this weekend is I'm going out for drinks with a friend tonight, and I'm going to the gym again tomorrow. That's it. Other than that, my weekend's kind of free. I do want to clean my flat today, because my friend might come back here and chill after we go for drinks. So I don't want this plate to be a complete tip like it currently is, but I don't need it super clean. I'll just do like a hour or two tidy up later. But my bath is running for post-gym hair washing. I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna try and read. And this may end up being a very short vlog because I don't feel like I'm gonna film very much, and I'm really, really, really tired. Hello, so it is now Sunday, kind of mid-afternoon, 4-ish. This weekend has not gone to plan. For anyone who's been watching my videos recently, you'll know I've been having the struggle of I want to read every book I own, because I've just got so back into reading. I don't know quite what's happened this weekend, but my brain's switched straight back to reading slump, and I now don't want to pick up like any book whatsoever. None of them are appealing to me. I don't want to read any of them. So I've just been not sure what to read. And I think I may have said in my clip yesterday that I might just sack off POLARTHON. I'm really annoyed about it. I really wanted to give it a good go, but I just, like, the book I need to read for it is not what I'm feeling right now. And considering how little I want to read at all, I'm not risking reading something I don't want to. So I'm gonna try and read a bit today. I may fail again, but we're gonna give it a go. So first thing, Are You Listening by Tilly Walden. It's a graphic novel. It should take a couple hours maybe a bit longer, but get like a good sense of achievement because it's a bit chunky. So I'm thinking I may try and read that, but other than that, I'm really stuck. So what I might do is a bit of a try a chapter tag kind of thing. See if I can make any of these books appeal. I'm really having such a struggle. The exact kind of book I want right now is like Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Crescent City kind of vibes. Those are the kind of books that are just making me want to read them. However, I've read Daughter of Smoke and Bone, the entire series, twice, so I don't want to reread it again. And the next Crescent City book comes out in 3 days, but I won't get it for almost a week. So that's annoying because that's exactly what I want to read. And I could just read nothing, wait for the next Crescent City and then go from there. But I would like to read something between now and then if I can. So I'm going to try, I'm going to see how it goes. I may just end up watching TV. I'm rewatching Friends at the moment and I enjoy it. So I might get my journal and sit and watch Friends for 5 hours. And if I do, then I do. That's also a good use of my time. But going to attempt a bit of a try chapter tag, see if I can make any of these books appeal. I'll really quickly run through them. A lot of them are ones I had in a recent video I did like last weekend where Darcy Tak chose which book I was reading. So I've done blurbs for a lot of them. But first to 7 Tears at High Tide. This is a YA fantasy self-pub kind of fantasy selkies romancy kind of vibes, and it's queer, which is always fun. We have After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which follows a couple who get married, and I think they've been married for a few years, and then they're basically, the marriage is falling apart, so they decide to take a year away from each other to like learn about themselves, and that just sounds like a really interesting take on like marriage and open relationships and stuff, so I'm intrigued. Have All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. I don't know much about this. I know it's kind of a romance, but with quite a dark take, and it's more just like a character study, I think. In the sense of, I think this is someone who comes from a really bad background and she has almost been raised slightly by this guy who's quite a lot older. And then I think as she gets older, that relationship turns into a romance. I think a lot of people judge this book and consider it grooming and things like that, but I don't think that's the intention. I think it's just a genuinely interesting evaluation of how this relationship evolves, which sounds really interesting. My mum loves it and keeps recommending it to me. We have They Both Die at the End. Everyone knows what this is about. This is a YA dystopian kind of book where you get a phone call the day you're going to die to let you know you're going to die that day. And this follows 2 people who've got that phone call who connect because of that reason and have like a one-day romance. I loved this when I read it. It's quick, easy, fun kind of thing I'm feeling right now. We have A Marvelous Light by Freya Marske. This is an intimidating book to me, but I think I'll love it. It's gay, Edwardian, slightly murder mystery, slightly magic-y. I've been putting off reading this for ages because I'm intimidated by it, but you never know, maybe I'll read the first chapter and get pulled in and it'll be perfect. And then we have the final one, which is probably the one I'm most drawn to, which is Graceling. This is a reread, but I read it probably about a decade ago. When I was way younger, I read it, really enjoyed it, and loved the second one as well, never read the third. Now with the release of the fourth, I'm really keen to reread these books and read the entire series because I remember absolutely adoring them, and I know a few people that have read them in the last year or two and say they massively hold up. So YA fantasy kind of option. I don't know anything about the plot. I've not looked it up. So, oh, I've missed one. I'm so tired this week. But oh my god, these are the 6 books. I'm dropping them. And I'm gonna go away, do a bit of a first few pages, try a chapter of each of these, see if any of them grab me enough to read. If not, I will watch TV for the rest of the day and that's also fine. I'm just shattered. I've had a couple really late nights. Thursday night I had a big work night out, so I didn't go to bed till really late, and then I think I mentioned yesterday I was going to a bar. I'll put a picture up here of like some of the drinks we got. It was a super cool bar, like a mini speakeasy vibe. It was so fun, it was such a good time. So went there, but then came back to mine after to hang out and watch some TV, and we drank an entire bottle of wine back at my flat. So I was quite tipsy and up until past 3 a.m. and then have had a big gym session today. So I'm a little bit dead. But you know, Such is life. But yeah, I'm gonna go read a chapter or a first few pages of each of these. Possibly, I always say this with try chapter things, if one suddenly grabs me, I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm not gonna put it down to read something else when like I find something I wanna read, because anything I wanna read right now, we're just gonna roll with it. But we're gonna give each of these a little bit of a go. I will update you as we go and see if I can make myself want to read today. Okay, sorry, I've gone into full comfy cozy mode in my big blanket, but chapter 1 of 7 Tears at High Tide. Very interesting, very strong start. This is definitely about, I think it's Selkies. I think I said Kelpies earlier, but I think it's a Selkie. Yeah, so very, very interesting first chapter. We've met our protagonist. Very intriguing. Could definitely keep reading this. Gonna try another couple at least, because I don't want to necessarily go with the very first book, but this is a very, very strong option. It's a good length to have it finished by the right time, and also it is one of the few books I have to read this year, so it would be good to get it out of the way. Up next, book number 2 was After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Another really strong start. I read kind of a weird amount of this one because the first full chapter is really long. So I ended up reading about 15 pages. Such an interesting start. I'm so intrigued by this. I also have been really wanting to read more about kind of open relationships and non-conventional relationships, which this sounds like it's really going to play into, which I'm so intrigued by. I also love messy characters, messy relationships, things like this, so I wonder whether this might be kind of spot on. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I always adore her books. They're like quite easy reads, so this one's feeling really good. I'm going to get myself screwed because I'm going to want to read all of these. I'm going to limit myself. I'm not going to read all 6. I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to do, because otherwise I'm going to have 6 books I want to read, and that's a whole other problem. So give me a sec. Can decide which ones I'm not going to do right now, read 1, maybe 2 more, and then try and make a call about what book I'm going to go with. Okay, so Graceling, I definitely am intrigued to read the first chapter because I want to stop putting this off because I'm wanting to read it for so long. So Graceling I'm almost definitely going to do, and then I think I might do Marvelous Light just to make it less scary for myself next time I think about picking it up. So I might do first chapter of both of these, but my guess at this point is I'm probably going to go with one of these. Partially on the logic of I don't really want to be starting another series right now, considering I'm in the middle of God knows how many. And when I say that, I genuinely have no idea how many. I was thinking about it earlier, because I was like, I don't want to reread something, but I want to read something that's in like a familiar world with familiar characters, aka continuing a series. But I can't think of any series I'm in the middle of other than ACOTAR, which I don't want to continue. So I'm going to do a few pages of each of these, let you know how I'm feeling, and then make a call about what I'm reading next. Super short-lived. It's been about 2 seconds since the last clip. We're not doing Graceling. I literally read about half a page, and although I really want to read this, this is full-out fantasy, not set in our world, completely different. Don't want that right now. I'm enjoying the contemporary setting of both of these, which is meaning a Marvelous Light probably won't be the one either because it's historical fantasy. Yeah, no, screw it. I've got 2 good options. Why am I torturing myself? Sorry, I'm very indecisive. I think I'm gonna go with this, but it has made me realise how much I really want to read this, so hopefully I'll get to it in the near-ish future. It won't be in this video, but soonish. But for today, this feels like more the vibe of what I'm on right now, watching things like Friends. It's all like relationship people focused. It's just interesting, and this I think is going to be a really, really cool read. Hello, it is Wednesday. You may notice I'm at home. I don't know if people can recognise the difference in headboards between work and home, but I am home on a Wednesday, which is quite rare. It's Wednesday kind of early evening. I'm also very ill, which is connected to why I am home. I got a cold yesterday, which has progressed to being properly ill today, which is just fantastic. But the reason I'm actually home is I was told yesterday evening that I was a close contact with someone who had COVID up at work, and because I had a cold I was like, oh god, put 2 and 2 together, I might be a bit screwed. And so I decided to come home today because I think at the moment the rules are is if you're a close contact and you have symptoms, you do have to isolate until you have a negative NHS PCR, and you were allowed to do a single journey to make sure you get somewhere sensible to isolate. Isolating at work is obviously really not sensible for me, so I jumped in the car today and drove home. I made sure to drive. Normally I'd get the train, but obviously in case I had COVID I didn't want to risk it. I will note before travelling I already had 2 negative lateral flow tests and a negative PCR from work, but I didn't have an NHS one. when I was about 30 minutes from home, I got a text. It's so stupid. Saying the person at work who was the close contact, it turns out the testing system got it wrong. They don't have COVID, so I'm not even a close contact. I just have a cold. But I'm home now. Life. And I'm not too mad about being home, to be honest. It means I get to work from home for a couple of days and chill. Which, when I'm feeling like this, is greatly appreciated. But anyway, reading. I've not read a huge amount this week. I can't remember when I last updated you. I don't know. But I'm currently reading, let me get it out, After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm about 100 and something pages in, about 100 pages in, yeah. So you read less than a third of this. I'm really enjoying it. It's very interesting. It's more sad than I expected. I think I may have given a quick synopsis. This is basically following a couple who have been married for a while and decide to take a year apart from each other. Like, obviously that's going to be sad, but I kind of thought it would get to them being apart and like the benefits of that quicker. Instead the first 100 pages has all just been their marriage falling apart, which has been a little bit miserable. Not exactly what I want to be reading right now. I'm also reading Neon Gods on Kindle, which I'm reading when I go to the gym. Don't know when I'm not going to the gym when I feel like this. But that's good fun. That's a Monday Hades and Persephone retelling romancy thing. Read like 45 pages, very much enjoying it. However, now I am home, I had to decide whether I'm exercising self-restraint. Because this came out yesterday, and I thought I wouldn't be able to get this until Friday, Saturday maybe, when I got home. But obviously I got home today, and so I got this today. And so I've not finished the Taylor Jenkins Reid yet, which I was hoping I would have. So I'm currently debating whether I'm going to have self-restraint, wait a day or two and read the Taylor Jenkins Reid first, or the more likely option, I'm just gonna bloody well pick this up today and read it over the next few days. I mean, I might be able to finish it by the end of the weekend because I've not got much on this weekend, especially if I'm sat ill doing nothing. And then I'll try and finish After I Do as well. Who am I kidding? I'm just gonna go read this. I'm so excited. I hate that I am this person now, which is really, like, I have nothing against Sarah J Maas. I don't get why so many people rag on her, like, I don't get it. But, like, having read ACOTAR and not really cared about it at all, I was kind of like, no, I'm never going to be a Maas stan. And then I read Crescent City and I loved it, so, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go start reading this, because this is what I want to do right now. I feel ill, I feel miserable. Why not go read a hopefully very good book? I just hope it starts better than Crescent City did. I'm hoping this is all like the end of Crescent City. Or as I'm calling it, Crescent City. House of Earth and Blood. We have to start calling them by their official titles now, I suppose. Hello. If I'm looking like a complete mess, which I probably am, ignore me. I've been very, very ill for the last few days. I'm finally on the mend a little bit, but I'm not well. So, it is Friday. I said I'm not well. I'm a lot better. Anyway, it's Friday. It's like 9 p.m. I'm about to bath and go to bed because it's late. I have a reading update on, I was going to call it Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath. I've not read that much of this. I've got to page 200, which feels like a lot and feels like nothing when you look at an 800-page book. I'm having a great time. As expected, I've been very much anticipating this book and I'm very much enjoying it. I don't want to say too much. I'm not going to go too in-depth with my thoughts on this, I don't think. Mainly because, like, everyone is doing reading vlogs of this. You don't need to hear my thoughts about it. I know nothing about Sarah J Maas and the rest of her books. I've heard theories about this tying in with her other series, which I've not even read and I really don't care. It's just a good time. Couple things though. Number one, love where it's like started, it's just gone straight in, which is really cool. I've got into this one so much quicker than the first one, which is really promising. Like, it does make sense that I've got into it quicker because I know the characters, I know the world, etc. But nonetheless, I'm glad because I was worried it would start a bit flat for me. The one thing though, which I don't want to say too much, God, I'm so bunged up, I sound hilarious. But the one thing I am obsessed with is in 200 pages, the amount my opinion on a certain character has changed. I'm not saying who, I'm not saying any more than that because spoilers, but I did not realise my thoughts on this character could change so fast. It's also the fact that, like, my thoughts were pretty set on them, and then within the span of about 10 pages, my thoughts have completely changed. We are 200 pages in and the twists have already fucking started. I'm excited, I'm having a good time. I want to finish it this weekend. That's like 300 pages each day and it's taken me 3 days to read 200. So we'll see. I am less ill now though, which will help because I couldn't read at all on Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna give it a good go because I don't want to carry this all the way to the Lake District on Monday, so I want to get it finished. I'd love to finish the Taylor Jenkins read as well. I wanted to get that into this vlog as well, but I'm less and less optimistic about that happening. So it's a good time, I'm enjoying it. I'll give you more updates when I've read more, I guess. Hello, so it is Saturday. I am just back from the gym where, oh Lord, I got quite torrentially rained on my walk home, as you can see. This is so bad, Lord. Okay, well that's as good as the slightly drowned rat look is gonna get. It's rainy. I didn't think it was that rainy, so I didn't take a coat with a hood or an umbrella. I just went in my normal jacket. Yeah, that was a mistake. It's very rainy and I'm now very, very wet. But it's almost midday. I'm just back from the gym. The gym was hard today because I've been ill, but it was good enough and I'm still a bit sniffly, but other than that I'm feeling much better. But oh my god, my hair is mad. But anyway, I didn't read much more of this last night. I'm just around page 220. Gonna try and get to like page 500 today if I can, a bit further if possible, but you know, 500-ish. And Pris's PJ party starts in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna jump onto the first bit of that, I think. Do a couple of sprints. I don't know how long I'll stay. I'll see if I'm managing to stay awake and feeling good, then I'll stay. If I'm feeling tired and want a nap and chill, then I won't. But it'd be really nice to go on some sprints. I very much need it as well because I could absolutely just like curl up in a blanket and put TV on right now, but I really want to read, so I'm not gonna let myself. And if I go on sprints, then I won't do it. So that's the entire update. I have been horrifically rained on, and I'm about to go join sprints with Pris, which should be really, really fun. And I don't know who else. Like, we just kind of have an open invite for everyone that tends to do these things, so I don't know who is gonna join us, but I say us, it's Pris's thing. I'm tagging along for the ride, but gonna go do that. See you in a bit. Hello, it's only a few hours later. Well, it's quite a few hours later. It's 4:30. I'm still on sprints. I think I'm gonna stay for like quite a while, to be honest. I'm enjoying it and it's making me read, which is really good. We've had lots of excitement. Jade and Steph's Etsy shop, Daisy and Bee, has launched, which was all very exciting. They sold out within like an hour, which was amazing. And lots of reading. They're now watching Frozen. I'm not, because I want to keep reading. I may join them in watching Frozen 2 later, because I do want to rewatch that. But I've seen Frozen multiple times. I don't need to watch it again, although it's great, and I do want to keep reading, so I'm reading. I've made some pretty good progress. I'm up to page 320, which like feels like a lot, but it only means I've read 100 pages today and it's taken me 4 hours, so not my best. But we've got 2 hours more of the sprint because it's a really long one, so I'm hoping to get to page 400 at least by the time we get back, because then I can be halfway through this, which is really cool. There's part of me that's being done like, I should try and finish this today. There's not enough hours in the day. Not even close. It would be another 10 hours of reading to finish this, which would take me till like 3 AM if I read solidly, which I'm not gonna do. But 500 is my minimum goal for the day, which is another 170 pages. I would love to get further to make tomorrow easier, but we'll see how it goes. I'm really enjoying it. I think I said earlier, I've got into it so much quicker than Crescent City because I already know the characters and the world and all of that, so it's made it a lot easier, and I'm really, really, really enjoying this, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a fucking great time. I'm very hyped to keep reading. And yeah, I'm gonna go do that because I have 2 hours and I want to get as much done as I can. If I can get more than 100 pages, that'd be sick, but I don't think I will because I struggle to do more than 50 pages now of this book, though it's picking up. We'll see how it goes. Hello, so it's been another couple of hours. I had to have a nap because I was super sleepy, but I have just reached pretty much the halfway point. Woohoo! I'm very nearly at page 400 and I'm pretty sure this is about 800, 805 it seems, with a little extra chapter at the back, which is really cool. I need to read that after. So I'm almost exactly halfway. Not gonna finish this today, what was I thinking? But I will hopefully read another 100 pages in the next couple hours and then I'll get to my goal for the day and then decide what I'm doing. I'm still really enjoying it, it's still really interesting. It's not got me like wildly gripped and obsessed, but I can happily read it for long stints and it's very interesting. Couple things. One, we're following a lot of characters in this, which is fine. I like big casts and I like multi-POVs, which is kind of what we're getting. but it switches so often. Like, we often get 1 to 2 pages before it switches, which is really rapid, and I feel like it's actually been jarring a few times. I wish we sometimes stuck with the same person a little bit longer before completely changing who we're focusing on, what we're doing, because there's a lot of characters and a lot of them have really different motivations and stuff going on, but a lot of different storylines happening. They converge to a point, but there's just a lot going on. It actually makes it kind of hard to follow, just like a little teeny tiny bit hard. Also because everyone has like 5 names. Everyone has their name, a nickname, their first name and their surname. A lot of them have titles. Oh my, I'm actually finding it quite confusing. I've got to grips with it again now, but I read the first book like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe. And when I was reading the first few chapters, I kept being like, who is that? I can't remember. So yeah, just a lot of names. Just a lot of names, but I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna get to page 500 definitely today, and then see how we're doing. Also, sorry if you can hear my laptop being loud in the background, but I am on sprints still, so we have Briss and Sandra and me off camera because I'm vlogging, and Steph, and then of course everyone in the comments. It's a good time. I forgot to mention the other thing I want to say, the otters. I'm still so obsessed with the otters. I just keep picturing them in their little yellow raincoats. I want an otter in a yellow raincoat to take messages for me. Thanks. Hello, so we're really getting into the evening now. It is 10:30. We've got like 20 minutes left of the sprint, which will take us to almost 11, which is when we're switching to the second one. I'm probably gonna stay till midnight-ish. We'll see how I'm going. I need to get a good night's sleep because I've been ill all week and I cannot afford to not sleep. But I've taken the last kind of half hour, I guess, off from reading. I have been sat on my sofa, curled up like a gremlin for 8 hours, 9 hours, and my back was hurting. So I've got up, just wandered around my flat a bit, which is laughable if you've seen like Dart Attack and know how tiny my flat is. But, you know, stood up a little bit, did some stretching. My back still hurts, but part of that could be from the gym this morning. We were really optimistic about what I'd be able to do after being ill, and so I may have gone a little bit far, but that's fine. If it is, then so be it. But I've had a bit of a break, did some stretching, made myself a snack, been watching Cass from Covers with Cassidy? Not sure. Cass, I'm watching her next BookTube Bestie video, which is always a good time. I love watching her videos. So I've been having a nice chill break. I'm also feeling pretty good because I have reached my goal for the day. I've reached 500 out of 800 pages, meaning I should definitely be able to finish this tomorrow, though it has obviously taken me all day to get to this point, and I have to do this and edit this video and pack and work out travel tomorrow. So like a lot of things to do. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna try and read, I mean, like, my goal would be to get to page 600 tonight. That would be incredible. Like, I'd be thrilled if I could do that, but I don't think that's likely. When's part 3 start? God, why can't I find it? I'm scared flicking this close to the end. This is terrifying. I don't want to see anything including names. Okay, no, too scary. Oh, okay. Part 3 is literally, I skipped too far. It's in 30 pages. Okay, so I'll get past that. At the very least, I will get to page 530 to get to part 3. But hopefully I'll get a little bit further. And yeah, I'm just kind of gonna be on sprints until I feel tired / I should go to bed. I've got the gym at 11 tomorrow, meaning I'm going to be up at 10. So as long as I'm asleep by 1, that's fine. But like, I may well go to bed before that if I want to. We'll see. None of this is relevant. I'm still loving this. I'm so intrigued because so much has happened. Not sure I followed every single bit of it. It's so bloody complex like the first one was. And I'm just not quite sure what the next 300 pages are going to do. But I'm starting to feel a little bit like I did with Mask Falling, where things happen that are cute or funny, and I enjoy it and then get an instant feeling of dread because I don't trust that this is going to end how I want it to. At all. The last book ended in heartbreak, and I think this one might go the same way. Other thing I totally forgot to say in that update, the other thing I've been doing over the last few hours is pondering and working out whatever-thon for this year. It's not planned yet. It may or may not happen. I'm optimistic. I'm really hoping it'll happen in June. I can't make any promises. I'm optimistic. I'm feeling good about it. I have some ideas. I know what I want to do for it. So keep your eyes and ears open over the coming months. I mean, you're not going to hear much anytime soon. Like, the announcement will already go up end of April, beginning of May. I'll probably do some teasing on the Instagram like throughout April, which I guess is only like a month and a half away, which is terrifying. Because I need to make some goddamn plans if I'm going to do that, but... exciting. Whateverthon might actually come back this year, which I wasn't sure would ever happen. Hello, it is now 12:30. I'm very sleepy. I've just come off sprints, which breaks my heart, because by the end we had me, Pris, Sandra, Steph, Cassidy and Christy on. Christy, who I love to bits, and Cassidy, who I've never met before, which is really exciting and just a good old time, especially as I was literally saying earlier, I was watching her video. But I had to leave. I have to go to bed because it's late for me and I do have to go to the gym tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try and like get up at 8 AM tomorrow and join for a few hours in the morning. Because it'd be nice to like use my morning anyway, so we'll see. But I have reached page 600, which I'm damn well chuffed about, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm probably gonna read like the last 2 pages to finish this chapter and then call it a night. Read almost 400 pages today, which is not half bad. Yes, very happy. Quite stressed, not sure where this is going. The thing I forgot to mention earlier is like, there's a few things in this I don't like about the writing. One of them is repetitiveness. Oh my god, it's so repetitive in certain things. Like, I guess tiny spoiler, not anything plot related, but like I'm gonna point out an annoying repetitive thing, so if you don't want to see that, like, wait till my hand is down in about 3 seconds time. Rune and his fucking lip ring. Oh my god, every other page he fiddled with his lip ring, It's so annoying. That's it, it's so annoying. But there's so many things like that. She uses the same phrases and same bits over and over and over, and I'm not saying in an 800-page book I could come up with original things, but Lord almighty, it's so repetitive, some of it. I don't mind, overall it doesn't impact. But the one thing she does so goddamn well is sarcastic, witty retorts and people being kind of mean to each other. She's very good at it, and I greatly enjoy it. Absolutely just fantastic. It's so good. I have been cackling at some of the moments in this book. There are some really good lines. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to sleep. I will hopefully catch you early tomorrow for sprints for a bit. We'll see if I actually just decide to sleep in. Hello, it is the next morning. It is almost 9 AM. I got up early so I could rejoin sprints before I have to go to the gym. I won't be able to see the whole thing out because I do have to go to the gym for 11 and this finishes at 12, but that's fine. I'm doing plenty. So yeah, we're just coming up to the end of like a almost hour-long sprint. I've read another 50-ish pages, so I'm on page 650 now, which is pretty good. Can definitely finish this today, as there's only 150 pages left. Yeah, it's ramping up slightly less than the last one did at this point. I feel like there's a lot of things simmering, and they could all come to a boil and come together really, really fast, but they haven't yet. I thought they would have done at this point, just judging by how much has already happened in the book, but I will keep reading and we will see where it goes. I'm a little bit nervous. There's definitely some interesting stuff that's gonna happen. Hello, so we have bad lighting, wet hair, the works. It is Sunday evening. I'm just gonna do a super quick update. I'm hoping I can do a slightly better one tomorrow morning before I head off for work, for a very long drive I don't want to do, but such is life. I have finished House of Sky and Breath. I have thoughts, but overall I've had a pretty rubbish day. I spent the majority of the day feeling very sick, and very tired and just not good. I watched Friends for like 4 hours because I just needed to zone out and I didn't quite want to nap. I love Friends. It's a great show. I'm rewatching it at the moment. I've just got to the beginning of season 5. I'm having a great time. But yeah, I've had a really bad day, to be honest. I've not enjoyed it. It took me the entire day to read 100 pages of House and Sky and Breath to finish it off. I'm still feeling really unwell, to be honest. It's like 11 PM, I'm about to go to bed. I've not had a good day. But I do have thoughts. I will give very brief thoughts now, but hopefully I'll do a better update in the morning. So number 1, 4 stars. Definitely not as good as Crescent City 1. It was good fun. I enjoyed it more consistently throughout the book versus if you see my vlog for the first one. I really struggled to get into the beginning and then really enjoyed the end. This one I enjoyed consistently throughout, but it didn't have the same ups and downs. And although I didn't like the downs in the first one, the ups were insane. It like brought out so many emotions in me. I cried loads of times. This one didn't do that at all to me. Like, I didn't cry once. I had a couple like, oh my god moments, and I definitely chuckled at a lot of the good one-liners that Sarah J Maas did. But other than that, it didn't evoke a whole lot in me, which I think was a bit of a shame. And I think for me, that's because I'm much more character-driven, which comes on to my second complaint for this. I really enjoyed in the first book the complexity of like the thriller mystery side of it. This got too complex for its own good. It made no sense half the time. Like, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it's all very cleverly plotted out, but it was so much and so many details. And it ended up in me just very slightly not caring for some of it. It was good, it was interesting, but I wasn't like invested to find out what comes next because I was like, it's just so much information. And then the final thing I'll say, I can't obviously really say because it's literally the end of the book, but for anyone that's read it and read literally the very end of the book, I think I'm gonna have a different reaction to a lot of people. I'm pissed, I'm really mad. If anyone wants to know what I'm talking about, feel free to DM me and I'll let you know, but I'm really mad, basically. I'm not happy at all. It's really annoyed me and made me slightly annoyed I picked this series up, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also having a shit day, which is probably why I feel so strongly about it, but yes. That's my not so glowing review. It's still 4 stars, it's still a good book, but bit of a letdown from what I was hoping, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna go to sleep and hope I can sleep off feeling as grim as I do because I'm really done with feeling like this. I'm just done. Hello, so it is very early the next morning. I just thought I'd do a really quick update to round out this vlog in a slightly less negative way to how I did yesterday. I was feeling so bad yesterday. I just, you know, it happened. I don't actually have many other thoughts on House of Sky and Breath other than what I said yesterday. I think I summed it up pretty well. Overall good, definitely have my complaints with it. I'm not gonna do a spoiler section. Loads of people will be doing spoiler vlogs who know a hell of a lot more about Sarah J Maas and her books, and just I'm new and I don't have enough thoughts. It was fun, I enjoyed the characters. I'm still really mad at the ending. Yeah, it's annoyed me, it really has. I'm sure lots of you will know why in the near future. But that's kind of it. It's been a weird couple weeks, completely failed POLARTHON. Ended up reading some good books, although not very many. Had a fun time on Chris's sprints. Like, it's been weird. It's not been successful. It's not been 2 massive weeks of reading. I've been ill for half of it. I'm still ill. Things. But that's that. That's how it all went. And I will see you in the next video, which I don't know when it will be or what it will be, because that's life at the moment. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave, we're gonna go with, I think it's like a wind emoji kind of thing. I'm gonna put something like blowing breath, you know, the vibe, this vibe, a cloud, a breath, something like that. We'll put a selection here. Leave an emoji like that so let me know you got to the end. But that is it. I don't know when you'll see me next, probably in the next week or 2. Book buying ban bingo should be coming up soon, but I don't know when exactly. So I will see you whenever that next video may be. But until then, bye, and I'll see you in the next one.